This is the Nisi True Color Variable ND filter, and as a filmmaker or photographer, it is an essential, especially when you're dialing in your camera and want to shoot at particular settings. Sometimes your scene can be a bit too bright or you want to get a bit more creative. The ND filter allows you to get correct exposure throughout all those situations. Just a disclaimer, Nisi did send this filter and the accessories out to me, but they said to share my honest thoughts because they would love to hear them and for you guys to hear them as well. So thanks again to Nisi for sending this out. So my first impressions of this filter, since I have been using the previous version for a few years now, is number one, the design. Now, especially when I have quite a few filters like circular polarizers, other ND filters, it makes it super distinctive that this is the filter that you need if you're looking for your variable ND. It also has recessed edges, so now it's easier to take on and off your lens. And packaging wise, it does feel a lot more premium now that it comes with two cases, one for the filter holder and then one for your filter. To be honest, I'm not too sure why it comes with both, but I probably will use this for something else and just use my filter in this because it's easier to click open. You can pull out your filter without touching the edges, whereas this one, if I put it just straight in, I'll have to kind of awkwardly grab it out. On top of that, one of the newest features is it does also come with a plastic lens cap for the front. So if you do have it screwed onto your lens and you want to put it in your bag quickly, then you can easily do that. The only thing I wouldn't do is just have this on my camera whilst I'm moving around, because I do think it could come off. And another thing to note, it does come with a little screw handle that you can screw on the side to make your adjustments a little bit easier, but it doesn't work with the lens cap. So I personally am using it without the little handle. Since I've been using the previous version of the ND filter for a while now, my first thought was, what is the difference between the two, besides all the extra bells and whistles it comes with? And just as the name suggests, the True Color allows this new filter to give you a lot more authentic colors, and you can see in this side by side versus the old one and the new one. The old one, you can see a lot more shifts in your white balance and tint, whereas the new one, it does come out a lot more natural, which is great. So that way you can actually have that flexibility of manipulating the colors yourself rather than just trying to have to fix it in post to get them back to normal. Anytime you put a filter in front of your lens, you can run into issues like vignetting or those color shifts like we saw previously. But Nisi have said you can use the variable True Color ND on a lens up to 16mm wide and not get any vignetting, which is awesome. It also has a coating at the front that if it does rain or you get some water on it, they'll easily bead off, which makes it really easy to clean. And as a filter, to get those true colors is the most important, and this one can deliver. Final tip before we wrap up this video is to get the biggest filter size, and that way you can get step down rings to add it to your smaller lenses. So that way you don't need to keep buying so many ND filters. You can have one go-to and then a few rings to attach. And to wrap this video up, I will give this filter about a 4 out of 5. It gives you really good colors, which is the most important thing, and it's a really easy to use design. It comes with two cases, gives you a lens cap, a little handle to adjust it on the fly, and the only thing I would knock it down with is the innovation. I have seen filters now that you can attach with different magnets and people trying new things, but this is a very traditional filter that you just screw straight on, which if you're shooting a wedding or an event that's really fast paced, sometimes gets in the way. But nonetheless, I think it's still a really great essential to have as a filmmaker or photographer, and I would definitely be keen to use this more in the future. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, be sure to pop them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you.